Hello dear learners, today's daily news capsule is brought to you by Avid Siksha. Let's start with today's news. First, India and Greece pledge to upgrade ties to become strategic partners. Second, G20 trade ministers for resilient global value chain, digitization support to MSMEs. Third, State Cabinet decides to create 81 sub-districts. Fourth, Chandrayaan 3 rover rolls out on the moon. And fifth, Neeraj Chopra qualifies for 2024 Olympics. So let us see all the explanation of today's news. India and Greece pledge to upgrade ties to become strategic partners. So let us see what is the news. So as we all know that after PM Narendra Modi attended the BRICS meeting, he went on to Greece to upgrade the ties and to have a talk with the counterpart, that is the Greece president. So let us see. India and Greece on Friday agreed to upgrade bilateral ties to the level of strategic partnership. So this would mean that we would have a better connection and we would have a greater partnership with Greece. Announcing the decision in Athens, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that the two countries would collaborate on the field of defense and will soon conclude an agreement on migration mobility to smoothen movement of skilled population. So here our Honorable Prime Minister has said that we would work on two fronts, that is the hard front, hard power, and also on the soft power. So the hard power, that is on the military front, military and defense front, and on the softer power we would work on the skilled population and migration mobility front. So the Prime Minister Narendra Modi was conferred with the Grand Cross of Order of Honor award by Greek President. So after receiving that award, Mr. Modi thanked Greek government and the people for the honor. So Mr. Modi said that both sides have agreed to boost defense, industries and military links. He added that they will promote cultural and academics exchanges also between both the countries. He spoke that India and Greece ties are from the days of Alexander the Great to the contemporary times and sought investment from Indian entities. So let us move on to the next news. That is G20 trade ministers for resilient global value chains, digitization support to MSMEs. So on Friday, G20's meet happened in Jaipur. So the conclusion that came out were adopting an outcome document after 2 days meet here. The G20 trade and investment ministers on Friday arrived at a consensus to map global value chains and spur integration of MSMEs in increased digitalization of documents with a view to promote global commerce. So the G20 nations include 19 countries plus the EU. They generate around 75% of world's trade flows. They agreed that to map global value chains, integrate small business with them and ease trade documentation. So our Honorable Minister Shri Piyush Goyal said that the 3 annexes are really the juice of these agreements. So what are the 3 annexes? First, we talk of G20 as a generic framework for mapping global value chains towards understanding what is the problem and what needs to be done. The first annex is that. Now let us move on to the second annex, that is we will have to strengthen the ability of our MSMEs who play a very important role in India's economy as well as the economy of many parts of the world, particularly the developing economies, because MSMEs provide various jobs to many Indians. So MSME is one of the most important parts where Indian government is looking up to. And the third annex relates to the principle of digitalization of trade documents so that there is ease of doing business. Okay, So let us move on to the next news. State Cabinet decides to create 81 sub-districts in Assam. So, in a significant administrative reform, the Himanta Biswa Sarma government on Friday abolished 24 subdivisions in the state and decided to create 81 sub-districts. So, they have abolished 24 civil subdivisions and they have created 81 subdivisions. So, the government have also created 4 districts, that is Hojai, Bishwanath, Tamulpur and Bajali, that were merged earlier but now they have been made the districts. The government also decided to give more weightage to TET marks during teachers recruitment of primary teachers. He said that it has been noticed that candidates tend to get more marks in universities from outside as compared to ours. Thus, we have decided to give 85% weightage to the TET marks to give an edge to our meritorious students who cannot afford to go out for higher studies, the Chief Minister added. The Chief Minister also said that it was his 100th cabinet meeting since he became the Chief Minister of Assam, and his term took 1238 decisions and 1217, that is around 98% of all the decisions that have been taken were implemented. So this brings, let us move on to the next news, that is Chandrayaan 3's rover rolls out on the moon. Chandrayaan 3 mission's rover Pragyan has traversed a distance about 8 meters on the lunar surface, and its payload have been turned on, ISRO said on Friday. So the rover, that is Pragyan, and the lander is Vikram. So all the payloads on the propulsion module, lander module and rover are performing nominally. They are performing all right. The Bangalore headquarters on National Space Agency said in an update on Friday evening. The space agency also released the image of Vikram taken by Chandrayaan 2 orbiter high resolution camera, that is OHRC, after lander module softly landed on the lunar surface. So one news that is very important is Vikram lander point to be named as Shiva Shakti, where the Vikram had landed is named as Shiva Shakti point on the lunar surface. Prime Minister Modi announced, and he also announced that August 23 would be declared as National Space Day. To mark the Chandrayaan 3's landing on the moon. So this was regarding Chandrayaan's news. And the last news of the day is Neeraj Chopra qualifies for 2024 Olympics. So let us see. Neeraj Chopra needed just one big throw for 2024 Paris Olympics and the World Champions Javelin Throw final, pulling off a commendable first attempt of 88.77 meters on Friday. Not only Neeraj Chopra but DP Manu and Kishore Jina also qualified for the final event in the World Championship for the first time ever. All the 3 candidates, they qualified for the World Championships. The 25-year-old Chopra's qualifying round lasted just for a few minutes as he sent the spear to his season's best distance, and in his very first attempt in the Group A qualification, he topped the qualification round. And for the first time, 3 Indians have qualified for the finals at an event in World Championship. It has never happened earlier. It is a historic day for Indian javelin, the team coach has said to the press trust of India. So this brings us to the end of today's daily news capsule. To get such detailed videos and to get the PDF of today's video, please join the Telegram link, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, thank you.